If you want to lose weight and go from this to this in under a year, dialing in your diet, while essential, is not enough on its own. Since the main goal of this video is to focus on weight loss, I'm not gonna get into weights or resistance training here. While anaerobic exercises can help indirectly, for example by slightly increasing your basal metabolic rate, their effect is minor compared to what you get from diet changes or consistent, steady-state cardio. Resistance training is great for overall health, building muscle and improving bone density though, so I'll cover that in a separate video. Research shows that steady-state cardio in zones 1 and 2 helps the body burn fat more efficiently and supports long-term fat loss better than higher intensity training alone. Now I know somebody will comment, where is your research? Cite your research. It's your job to do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Go get help from Google and it's going to list all the research related to that. Easy, right? Back to cardio. Steady-state cardio is sustainable for long sessions and it's also enjoyable. Even if you love sprinting or pull-ups and push-ups or lifting like I do, there's no denying that most of your training should be in zones 1 and 2 or low-intensity cardio if you want to burn fat effectively. It is also one of the best ways to reverse insulin resistance, pre-diabetes and even type 2 diabetes, while helping burn off that post-meal sugar spike, especially after dinner. On top of that, it brings major cognitive and psychological benefits that go far beyond physical health. Other than my diet, Zone 1 steady-state cardio, the kind where you can still relax and hold a conversation, was my main tool to go from 30% body fat to 5% in 18 months. Most of that transformation happened in the first 6 months. The results I got were way beyond what I ever expected. It still feels like a miracle when I look in the mirror, because I never thought this was even possible after 40. If I could do it, you can too, and it's not as hard as you might think. The secret is to make everything fun, like a game. I couldn't do any real physical activity in the first 2 months of my transformation, except for walking and with a very slow pace, and for short periods. I had a bad knee and a terrible shoulder injury, but as soon as I was able to increase my physical activity, my weight dropped, and the fat burned off so quickly that it felt unreal. Slow, steady cardio also helps suppress your appetite for a while, and takes your mind off food. The barrier to entry is very low and it doesn't take much energy or motivation to get started. In this video, I'll be focusing on the best equipment you can buy for your home to help you lose weight. So the price, convenience, size, noise, and safety all come into play. Going to the gym, walking or running outside or riding a bike aren't always an option. And even if they are, you can burn far more calories if you have one of these pieces of equipment that I'll be talking about. Some can even be used while multitasking, like talking on the phone, watching TV shows, spending time with your family, or even working. That's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. This is one of the best investments you can make for your health, fitness, and weight loss. So I'm not including any cheap or low quality knockoffs. Enough said, let's begin. Number 1. Passive fat burning devices or gadgets. These are the devices marketed as burning fat without any real effort. Just rest and burn fat. Some examples are vibration plates, infrared sauna blankets, EMS belts, fat freezing devices, etc. If you think you can be lazy and still lose fat, you are wrong, my friend. Without any more explanation, I'll categorize all of these as gimmicks and place them squarely in the F tier. Number 2. Light dumbbells and kettlebells. These are fairly cheap, and I have them of course, but do I use them regularly for my cardio? Not really. Can they be used for hours on end? Probably not. They're not a solid option for sustainable weight loss. That said, I do like using them alongside other equipment, or as a warm-up before weight training, so I'll put them in the C tier. Number 3. Resistance bands. While technically they can be used for some cardio, their main purpose is for resistance training. For that reason, I'll put them in the D tier for weight loss. Number 4. Battle ropes. They're not practical for home use unless you have a large, dedicated gym space, and even then, they're not sustainable for long cardio sessions. For that reason, I'll put them in the E tier. Number 5. Body weights cardio exercises. These include star jumps or jumping jacks, high knees, jogging in place, speed skaters, jumping in place, and shadowboxing, which is my favorite, among others. I love all of these, and I use them especially to warm up before my resistance training, or to get a full body workout. Sometimes I increase the intensity to make them HIIT, or high intensity interval training. There are some issues though. 1. They create a lot of impact. So if you live in an apartment, your downstairs neighbor won't be happy. And number 2, they're not sustainable beyond 10 to 20 minutes. So while they're great for fitness, they're not the most effective tool for fat loss. All in all, because they're excellent for overall health, balance, and endurance, I'll put them in the C tier. Six, skipping rope or jump rope, aerobic stepper, and plyo box. I'll categorize these the same as bodyweight cardio exercises. They're fantastic tools, and if you are advanced in your fitness, I highly recommend them. But do I use them regularly at home? Not really. If the weather is fine, like today, I prefer to go out for a run instead, or just go to the gym for high intensity cardio. They'll go straight to the C tier. Number 7, sledgehammer and tire and push-pull sled. If you like these, just find a gym that has them. Since the practicality at home is very low, straight into F tier, although I like them. Number 8, boxing bag. This one's my favorite, but it's impractical for home use. From experience, the best way to do kickboxing or boxing is to just join a proper class. Even if you've got a backyard or a shed, the setup and the noise make it more trouble than it's worth. Not to mention that you definitely need a coach to dial in your technique. Even if your technique is good for now, over time without a coach, it's gonna downgrade. Still, because I personally love it, I'll put it in the B tier. Number 9, weighted vest and sandbags. They're fine if you have a dedicated home gym, but realistically you're not gonna use them very often. Even if you want to use the vest for running outdoors, it'll put too much pressure on your joints. If you are going hiking, use a backpack instead. At least you'll have some essentials and some gear that can be useful. These are not my favorite, and I don't recommend them. D tier. 10, mini trampoline. It doesn't really do anything for sustainable weight loss. It's impractical, mostly useless, and a bit dangerous. Straight into F tier. 11, mini steppers and similar devices, such as walking pads. I've never seen anyone use these consistently for months and actually burn fat and still enjoy them. To me, they're gimmicks. If you're serious about getting fit, just bite the bullet and get the real deal, which I'll talk about next. These go straight into the E tier. Number 12, the good old treadmill. Whether you just want to get your daily steps, increase the intensity and brisk walk, jog, or even run, even if you want to simulate hiking uphill, if you want to hold a conversation while walking on it, and much more. This is a perfect piece of equipment. Even if you're overweight, you can still use the handrails for balance and get some weight off your knees. That said, it's not without its drawbacks. You've got to be careful about safety, it can be loud, the speed is fixed, and the good ones tend to be expensive. But overall, this one's undoubtedly S tier. I'm not including curved treadmills here, since they're pretty much impractical for home use, too expensive and dangerous. To build that VO2 max capacity and to train explosive movement, I do shuttle runs in the backyard. They also build leg strength, stability, and core control, especially in your quads, glutes, calves, and abs. 13. The elliptical machine. This is a very good complement to a treadmill, especially if you're dealing with an injury or recovering from a heavy running session. It's perfect for getting into zone 2 cardio when running isn't an option. It's much easier on the joints, yet still capable of burning a ton of calories. However, it's impractical for home use, and the good ones are very expensive. Just go to the gym and use it there, Because I like it and it can be used to get a high intensity workout even with injuries, I'll put it in the A tier. 14. Spin bike. For a long time I wanted to buy a spin bike, and I think it's by far the most fun cardio machine out there. You can ride it for hours. It's perfect for recovery after long runs or heavy leg workouts. Almost anyone with any fitness level can use it. It's low impact. It has all the benefits of a treadmill and is even safer, quiet, and much more fun. It also stimulates real bike riding, unlike an elliptical which doesn't really mimic any natural outdoor activity, and is safer and much more convenient than an outdoor bike. The weather is not always the best to go out for a bike ride, especially for me heading into the scorching Australian summer. It is very versatile. You can ride it barefoot, the speed is completely under your control without pressing buttons, it's compact and more affordable than a treadmill. It's even better than a treadmill for multitasking, such as watching TV shows, movies, YouTube, even working without the risk of falling off. You can burn extremely high calories, and above all, it's very easy to be consistent with. It supports steady state cardio, HIIT intervals, resistance climbs, or recovery rides, all in one machine. Combine it with online cycling apps or competitions and you've got a winning setup. That's why when Yesol reached out for sponsorship and offered to send me their G1 M Plus spin bike, I immediately said yes, but only on the condition that I'd test it first. And honestly, it far exceeded my expectations. Having used the ones at the gym, which cost more than 10 times as much, in my experience, this is even better and much more fun to use. So far I have decided to only stick with the products that I truly love and really think their value is much more than their price range, and they're 100% effective for weight loss. Because of that, I have turned down many sponsorship offers so far, but when I see a product like this Yesol G1 M Plus spin bike, I'm sold immediately. I've been using this bike daily for 2 weeks and I'm still amazed at how they managed to sell it at such an affordable price. It's ergonomically excellent and fully adjustable. It comes with amazing features such as a big 21.5-inch screen that mirrors your phone or other devices. Not only does it show your stats on the side of the screen when connected and full screen when not, it also connects to the app and you can use its many features. It also syncs with your Apple Health, both on your iPhone and the Apple Watch that has a dedicated app for it. So you can easily track and save the records of your progress and calories burned. It's the same for Android users, but since I'm not one of them, I can't comment on that. The bike also connects to other fitness apps, such as Peloton, Zwift, and KinoMap, and the display seamlessly integrates with the exercises. And the best part is that you can watch anything on your screen, and no subscription is needed. I usually put on bike ride simulation videos and imagine I'm actually riding through those places, while listening to my favorite music or audiobooks. What I do, and it works perfectly for me, is to connect my Apple TV to the screen instead of my phone. That way, I can easily use the remote or my Apple Watch to control everything and watch whatever I want. YouTube, movies, even sports. I actually watch UFC while pedaling, and I even do a bit of shadowboxing while I'm at it. And if I ever want to share my phone screen, I can do that wirelessly through AirPlay. It's honestly freaking amazing. What's more, Yesol has offered a discount code for my subscribers with $100 off. One of the best features is the display's ability to tilt and swivel, so you can even use it while doing other exercises. If you are interested, the link is below in the description. Not only will you get $100 off using the link, but I also get a little kickback that helps the channel. Use the code BIGLEAP100 at checkout. Thank you Yesol for sponsoring this video and sending the bike. I've been using it every single day. Now if the sales go well, I would like them to send me their treadmill as well, if it's available in Australia of course. But while I love this bike, a treadmill is a nice to have as well. Give me a good spin bike and a good treadmill and getting shredded is the easiest thing in the world. Now back to the tier list. A high quality spin bike like the Yesol G1 M Plus, beyond a shadow of a doubt, belongs to the S tier. 15. Exercise bike. Compared to a spin bike, a regular exercise bike just doesn't measure up. It lacks the element of fun and challenge. It's much easier overall because its flywheel lets you coast, which means it can't truly replicate the feel of uphill riding. And if you have injuries that prevent you from using a spin bike, the next one, number 16, is a much better option. so I'm putting this one in the B tier. 16. Recumbent bike. For anyone who's very overweight, say over 40% body fat, or dealing with injuries that make using a spin bike difficult, this is the one I would recommend. If you want maximum comfort, joint safety and long-term consistency, and have knee joint issues, or you're in the obese category, this is my recommendation. Once you've lost some weight and can sit comfortably on the seat, you can move up to a spin bike. It's a lot more fun to use. For these reasons, I'll put this one in the same category as an elliptical machine, while giving it a slight edge, because of being more compact as well as affordable. It's an A tier for anyone with physical struggles, even though for me personally, it would be far below that. I know some of you are dealing with some injuries or extra weight, so I'll be generous and keep it in the A tier. But first, sign up for a gym and try out all the different bikes before deciding which one to buy. Number 17, air bike. Most gyms have air bikes, but you rarely see anyone actually using them, at least in my experience. I tried to use them, but quickly realized that they are not sustainable for long sessions. For me, the only use case is to get a high intensity cardio for a few minutes, or for cardiovascular benefits. I can't even use them to warm up before weight training, because the airflow makes my tendons and joints cold, which is not ideal for warm up. Not only that, they're impractical for home use. They're very loud, uncomfortable, and heavy. I rarely use them at the gym, let alone at home. They're an overkill for most. I used to train on them back in the day when I did kickboxing, mainly to build lung capacity, but for general weight loss, I'd put them in the C tier. 18. Stair climber or stair machine. I actually love this machine. It definitely passes the fun factor for me. However, is it really practical for home use? Not really. It's heavy, bulky, very expensive, and can be risky if you're not careful. Even at the gym, it's not the easiest way to get consistent cardio for fat loss. It puts a lot of pressure on the leg muscles and knees, which puts it in the weird middle ground between resistance training and cardio. If you enjoy hiking like I do, you'll probably like it, but it's not ideal for everyday use. Another issue that I have is that it's designed to be used while holding the handrails for safety, but that completely defeats the purpose of building stronger legs. I personally never hold them, but I'm in the minority. Almost everyone I see leans on the rails, putting as little weight as possible on their legs. And honestly, a treadmill with an incline does more or less the same thing, and does it more efficiently and with more control. For all of those reasons, I'm putting the stair climber in the C tier. Number 19, the rowing machine. I think this one is pretty similar to an air bike in terms of usefulness. It's great for sports training and conditioning, but for steady-state cardio and fat burning, it's not sustainable because fatigue sets in too quickly. When it comes to using at home and for fat loss, it's totally impractical. You're not going to stick with it long term. So I'll place the rowing machine in the D tier. Number 20, the last one, ski machine or ski trainer. I'd place this one in the same general category as the rowing machine. It's a bit more compact and slightly more sustainable for longer sessions, but it's still not ideal for long-term fat loss at home. It also involves less leg engagement compared to the rower, which limits its overall effectiveness. So I'll rank this one a little bit lower in the E tier. There you have it. Did I miss anything? Do you agree or disagree with my ranking? What's your experience? And which one are you thinking of buying? Comment below. Subscribe, like, and share the video to someone who wants to lose weight. Help the channel grow by watching my older videos. And stay tuned, there are plenty of exciting videos coming up very soon. I know so many tricks to lose weight, or even get shredded, with minimal effort and maximum results. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, visit my website, www.bigleaptheory.com. I have now added group coaching as a more affordable option, so there's something for everyone. Check out the links below in the description. Remember, losing weight should not be a burden. It can be very fun. Just replace some habits, treat it like a game, and you'll get there before you even realize it. Just as an example, I used to spend hours on the phone doing nothing else in the meantime. Now, I do it while either walking or pedaling at a low pace, and I don't even feel it. What's funny is, the more conversation heats up, the faster I start pedaling without even realizing. Before I know it, I've easily burned a few hundred calories. And you might ask, how do you know it when you don't realize it? Before signing off, I just want to tell you this. Don't hesitate. Whatever your goal is, just do it. Start tomorrow, or better yet, today. And if you need help, just give me a call.